because they are well adaptive to the changes, but the way they are coping up is not as healthy, and they are the ones which have reported the highest instance of not so good health of their mind. So can we say that outside world is impacting the Gen Z stress more, or what? How do you picturize this new workforce entering, new kind of changes happening, and the way forward?
Quite an interesting question, Manya, and thank you for bringing it up. Gen Z have a very different way of looking at work and workplace. And to be fair, I won't try to categorize whether it is good, bad, right, or wrong. I would rather take a step back and, as management, as leaders, try to really understand their perspective of how they look at it. In conventional ways, leadership was a top driven approach where everybody looked up at their leaders. I believe leadership is a service leadership model. Yeah. Where the leader is at the bottom of the pyramid, where their role is to provide support to their teams, to their stakeholders, and the customers. So, continuing on that analogy, I feel it is important for today's managements in the corporate and leaders specifically, where they need to really understand what is the thought process, what is the psyche of these Gen Z, what really works for them. Things that had worked in the past with conventional employees may not be relevant in today's world. So if we continue to be inflexible in our approach towards Gen Z, there are chances of conflict that we keep hearing a lot. However, I feel if there is a balance between acknowledging the thought process of Gen Z, but also emphasizing the importance of some of the conventional ways of working, I believe we can create a lot more harmonious balance between Gen Z and the management. Because what the way Gen Z looks at job is very different.
That's completely true.
They don't really look in the horizon of 3 years, 5 years, and 10 years. And rather than trying to challenge that, I believe it is important for us to acknowledge that their views are equally important. And how do we really customize the job offerings? How do we create a culture in the organizations that somehow aligns with their thought process, where they feel valued, and most importantly, how do they feel a sense of purpose of working in an organization, in my view, is going to resolve that conflict.